Welcome everyone to the Hoops Frenzy. I'm Dean Holzwarth with my good friend Andy McDonald. Talking hoops, obviously, talking some high school basketball. Some great games last night to open up conference play, especially in the OK Red. We're going to kick it off right there. East Kentwood and Rockford, an absolute classic. We are only in January. We're not to March yet, but it was an absolute epic game. We're going to have some highlights here as we kind of roll and talk about this game. Buzzer beater for East Kentwood. CJ Reynolds with the layup after a missed free throw by Rockford, and they win 69-68.
Yeah, no, it was a crazy one. I'm glad we sent somebody that one last night. We were looking at the games the other night, like of who to send games to, and I was like, wow, there are a lot of good games for a Tuesday night, like right after, because they just had that I think it's called the Gotta Get It tournament they do at East Kentwood. Yeah. And they had some pretty good games there too. I believe that Rockford and East Lansing were ranked number 1 and 2 in the state, and they had a matchup there.
Yep.
That went down to the wire. So Rockford was coming off of a loss and had a really tough game.
2 in a row.
And they had to come back and play East Kentwood, who's obviously one of the best teams in our area, maybe one of the better teams in the state, especially after the win they got last night. But yeah, no, it's one of those situations where at the end of the game, just a bunch of chaos. And this is, I mean, from what I heard, Kevin is one of our freelancers who shot this. By the way, I want to make sure I give him some credit because he had a great shot of that final shot there for East Kentwood. But it was one of those situations where it's like, you're going to try to hold back the students from rushing the court, but it's just probably not going to happen because it was that epic at the end there. Just as you can see, he gets underneath there and gets the bucket. But you can see some people were trying to hold him back.
You would have thought Mike Thomas made the shot the way he was running off the court like the Wisconsin did, the guy did last night.
That's my favorite part about the shot that Kevin got, because I didn't see any of that on social media today for the little clips that people put out there, that having him run off the court right in front of him like that is pretty crazy. So yeah, it was an epic game, super back and forth, and it's tough for Rockford they have to look in the mirror a little bit, get a couple losses. I feel like they felt like they are one of the best teams in the state, and they probably still believe that. But a couple tough back-to-back losses. Yep,
the missed free throw obviously right here is tough, and then look, he's just got the defender on his heels, right? He just forces the action, and he does exactly what he's supposed to do.
Want to foul
and go to the basket. Of course, he didn't want to foul, but he kind of had him back on his heels, like I said, and it was a great finish there. It had to be like less than 3 seconds left.
Yeah, no, for sure. Right? Yeah, he was going.
There wasn't
much
time. He was going all the way.
Just crazy.
So great win by East Kentwood. And if we look at the OK Red last night, Grand Haven gives Hudsonville their first loss of the year last night. So that was a great win for Grand Haven. We talked about how tough and how the OK Red team is just kind of beat up on each other, we feel, this season, and it started last night.
Yeah, no doubt. I was at the Grand Haven Hudsonville game, and I watched the finish of that. Hudsonville was in it the whole time. It was just two really, really good schools going at it. But Hudsonville, or Grand Haven, they got hot from deep. They could not miss from three. And then the fourth quarter of that game, well, the third, they actually hit one at the buzzer that was kind of key, because it felt like Hudsonville was starting to get back in it. They were down by as many as 8, and they went a little 6-0 run right before the end of the quarter.
Yep.
And they actually had a chance to take the lead, and then they turned it over right before, usually in high school you don't have a shot clock. They just dribble it out and kind of try to hold it down. Well, they stripped the ball from them, and they got the chance to shoot a 3, and it put them up by 5. Play started going nuts. Wow. And I felt that kind of Hudsonville stuck around in the game. Like, they didn't go away. Javon Daniels, I just want to say that kid is a heck of a basketball player, man.
So good.
Every time I watch him play, I'm more and more impressed with what he's able to do. So he was making a bunch of buckets to keep him in it in the fourth quarter, but ultimately it wasn't enough. It was a great win for Grand Haven for them to be able to get that. I also went to Granville and West Ottawa last night. I was just going to bring
that game up.
And now I had to be quick at that game because they started a little late, and I had to get over to Grand Haven to cover both those games. But West Ottawa, the way they started that game, I was like, wow. I'm like, they look like they're like for real here. Yeah, West Ottawa. Yeah. And they looked like really good. They had I think 3 fast break layups in the short amount of time I was there, and they had a dunk. So I think they were up 17-6 when I left. So I only got 2 buckets from Granville. Come to find out, they ended up winning the game by 3.
Yep, 62-59 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
And it's funny, Granville now is the only unbeaten team in the red. Grand Haven obviously has a loss. East Kentwood has a loss this year. Hudsonville got their first loss. Obviously, Rockford has a couple now. So Isaiah Guyton, we talked about the second semester transfer. He had 17 points in his debut last week for Granville.
That's pretty impressive.
So,
I would say that
that's
going to
be, like we talked about, a key addition.
I don't know what Anthony Richardson, the quarterback for the Colts, he's there playing basketball.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I coached Anthony Richardson's sister, Grace, when I was at Granville. But yeah,
for sure.
Anthony Richardson's a nice little player too. Carter Wade's great. We talked about them last week a little bit. So
yeah, for sure. They definitely have some talent, and a couple of the threes that they pulled up from last night were well beyond the arc. So they can do it from anywhere, I guess.
Yeah. Look at the Friday real quick. Let's look at this. So this is very interesting. I know this is not the OK Red podcast. We promise.
Sure.
But Friday night's games: Rockford at Hudsonville, Granville at Grand Haven.
I mean, it's some of the best teams in the area right now. You can't argue it's not.
No.
I mean, yes, obviously, OK Red's always good though. I mean, they have teams that put out a lot of talent. The games are always good, and they clearly have players that people are looking at. I mean, I saw a couple college coaches walk out of a couple of those gyms from around the area last night. So yeah, no, they definitely bring it, and that's just another great Friday night. I can't wait for that.
Yeah. Some of the other teams we obviously talked about. Muskegon, they won the Gotcha Classic. AJ Lambers, freshman, got like MVP of that game, 6 3-pointers. So obviously, great job by him. But that Muskegon team's pretty talented.
Oh my gosh, man, they can do it in every single area, and it seems like every now and it's like Muskegon always has talent, but it's just like how good are they going to be? This team feels like it's one of those teams that can maybe go win a state championship for them this year. They've looked good. I've only been able to watch them once so far, but from what I've seen, they can do it on every area of the floor, and they defend really well. Like they make it hard on everybody. Like a lot of the times they've started these games like a little bit of a press start the game, and then they are able to just get off it so quick because they have a lead already. So yeah, they're a lot of fun to watch. That's for sure. Yeah,
when you have a freshman point guard who can step up like the way that AJ did, in that tournament. That's as a freshman.
No, that tournament's gotten a lot of recognition over the years now. It's like more and more of these teams from the east side do want to come compete in it because some of the teams from the west side have become a lot better. That's for sure.
Yeah, and they beat Wayne Memorial, which was state runner-up last year.
Yeah, for sure. They're always good. Yep.
So, is Kennewick Hill still undefeated? I think they are.
Yeah, they are.
Are they 11-0?
Yep, they haven't lost yet. Yep, and I mean it's the best start in school history in basketball. So that's impressive.
Football too, right?
I know, man. It's like it's crazy that we have to keep mentioning them right now.
So many athletes at Kennewick Hills.
You can't get away from it right now. But yeah, no, they can do it from anywhere outside the arc, man. They pass the ball very well, and they have found ways to get open threes at the couple of games that I've been at.
Yep.
And it's fun to watch. It's a good brand of basketball, and it's better than anything that I remember them having in recent memory or even close to it. I mean, Kennewood did have a team a couple of years ago that I think made it to at least like a regional semifinal or something like that. Okay. So they've been getting more talent in that area and sports in general really over at Kennewood because they had a while where I felt like after like 2014, 2015, never heard anything about them. But right now they're definitely building it back up over there, and it's a lot of fun to watch. So they have some good players for sure.
Yeah, another team from a little north of there, Greenville. Greenville boys have been playing very well too. You know, they had one of the best seasons I think in school history last year.
Been building for them,
and they've been kind of building to being a very, very good team, and they've continue it this year.
Yeah, no, for sure. That when you start to get that success in your program, it gets contagious. It's kind of crazy. These teams like just all of a sudden pop up, and then they seem to be good for a few years at least after that. So it's all about getting it done at the you coach the JV and freshman levels, those kind of levels.
Yep.
When you get the job done down there and you kind of build your program up through that, it does make a huge difference, man. So it's I feel like for Greenville they've been able to have it where they could be good for a while now.
Yeah. Lastly, Tri-Union boys are number 1 in Division 4. One loss. Obviously, we lost to Fruitport. Big win last night against Potter's House, which was actually has a lot of good talent. They actually have a very good freshman as well.
For sure.
Very impressed with him. But yeah, so our defenders are playing well too. Let's go to the girls real quick. Rockford had an easy win last night against Kentwood's girls to kick off the OK Red. Grand Haven beat Hudsonville.
That was a good game for a while. I was at that game for a a little bit, but
wasn't it close?
Yeah, I can definitely see.
Grand Haven's big, aren't they?
Yeah, oh my gosh. Number 34. I apologize. I don't remember her name right now, but she has like moves inside too. Like she's big, but she can move her feet and dribble. So it's like it's impressive to see. Like they're always trying to set up some kind of pick and pop with her to get her the ball inside and get points. But Hudsonville started that game out really good. They actually had the lead by as many as like six to 8 points. Can't remember how much it was, but yeah, Grand Haven fought back, and I understand why they're undefeated. That's for sure. I think we'll be talking about that for a little bit of time now. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think if you look at OK Red, Rockford and Grand Haven will be your top 2 teams.
No doubt. From what I've seen so far, I would take Grand Haven. I don't think I've seen anybody as good.
That'd
as
be a great matchup.
No doubt, man.
We do come to that.
I mean, Rockford's just good every single year, so I don't expect them to falter by any means, but I like what I've seen from Grand Haven so far.
Yeah, we talked about them last week, but I think one of the most dominant teams so far for girls has been South Christian. Erica Brown has been doing a great job. They have a mix of young talent and some experience. And they beat Wayland last night pretty convincingly. So I think that's another team that has motivation from losing last year to West Catholic in the quarters.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely need to get out to one of their. I don't think I've been to one of their games yet. So maybe we have sent somebody. I haven't been there yet, but I'm excited to see what they have, because it seems like the past couple of years they were competitive, but they weren't quite getting over like the West Catholic hump of like in the state, like getting to the state championship. But yeah, they definitely have talent. I'm excited to see them play. Yep,
Catholic Central girls 7-2 right now, so they continue to play well. Wyoming's obviously been a huge surprise this year. But they're so much quickness and speed.
Yeah, I believe Wyoming played West Catholic last night. I'm not sure what the final of that game was, but that I was looking forward to that one. I can't remember if we sent somebody to
that. Actually, probably would have been a good, depending on what happened there, a good test for Wyoming to play a really good program like West Catholic.
For sure.
Well, good. All right. Well, hey, we're going to wrap this up. Like I said, this is the time of year. This is January, right? This is when the fun starts, kind of building toward February, and then obviously March Madness. So we'll be here every week to kind of give you all the lowdown, and we'll talk to you soon.